What's up, everybody? Hands Down Sports, and I'm back with another video today, July 3rd, 2025. We are going to be giving out some props today to one special MLB pitcher that just completed a milestone in his career. And I'm going to give you my top 15 football fantasy, NFL football, tackle football, fantasy running backs for your 2025 season. So stay tuned, my G. Let's get it. All right, so starting it off, we have to give this guy his props. I mean, he's been one of the best pitchers in the last 18 seasons when he started playing for the LA Dodgers. And you know who he is, and I know who he is. Clayton Kershaw, lefty, LA Dodgers pitcher, has 3,000 career strikeouts, bro. And we're going to go over some of his stats, my G, because I'm telling you, one of the best, man. Straight Hall of Fame, bro. Ya tu sabes, loco. He could probably retire right now and just be like, yo, I'm done. But hopefully, I mean, I think he's looking to win one more championship with this Dodgers team, especially that they're, one of the powerhouses in the league. But, born in 1988 out in Dallas, Texas. I believe he's friends with Matt Stratford. I think they went to the same high school or something when they were young and stuff out in Texas. He debuted in 2008. Starting off, he has an MVP as a pitcher. That's pretty hard to come by nowadays. 3-time Cy Young. Now, maybe he should have won some others, Cy Youngs, but it is what it is, right? He has a pitching triple crown, which I got to get into that. I don't really remember what stats that's all about. Let me see if I'll find that a little later. 10-time All-Star. He won the World Series last year, right? Oh no, he won the World Series in 2020. It says right there, 2020 World Series. And last year too, where's that one? Wait a second, man. Didn't they win the World Series last year? Yeah, this shit got to get updated, dog. Baseball reference, ¿qué está haciendo, loco? You know he was on the team last year. Yeah, he was on the team, man. From 2008 to 2025, my G. Straight up. He hasn't been on any other baseball team. And I don't have a Dodgers hat. I got my dope Angels hat. But I will get a dope Dodgers hat when I go visit their stadium in the future. Or if somebody wants to send me one. I rock 7 3/8. Anyways, he has a Gold Glove, which a lot of times pitchers don't even know how to defend. Play defense at their position. A 5-time ERA title, champion, and then a few other things. Now, what I was gonna go over, which was really impressive, was of course the strikeouts, right? So he's done one time in his career, in 2015, the year after he got the MVP, right? So he got the MVP in 2014. The next season, he had 301 strikeouts in one season. Yo, how many pitchers have done stuff like that, bro? Come on now. Now, how many times has he done over 200 strikeouts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times in his 18 seasons. And then over 100 or more, he's done it 1, 2, let's see here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Between 100 and 199, he's done it 8 times. You know what I'm saying? And then there were some seasons that you can see that he had 62 strikeouts, 24 strikeouts. He was probably injured, Now, this man has pitched tremendous amounts of innings. So in 2015, he pitched the most innings in his career, 232.2 innings. He had three shutouts that year, 4 complete games, 33 games he started, had his ERA at 2.13, and he was 16-7. Diesel. Now look at these, win and losses here. In 2011, he had 21 wins and 5 losses. 2012, 14 wins and 9 losses. Then 2013, 16 wins and 9 losses. Like, he's only lost 10 times or more in a season only once in his entire career. You know what I mean? Then he was 16-7 in 2015. Let me see here. 12-4 in 2016. 18-4 in 2017 with an ERA of 2.31. Yo, son, I'm telling you, from 2011 to 2017, lights out, my G. Top 5. I'm telling you, though, these ERAs are sick, dogs. When he got the MVP, his ERA was 1.77, baby. Like, you wasn't getting a run, dogs. You was lucky if you got a run on him. You know what I mean? 27 games played, 27 games started. 6 complete games that year. Clayton Kershaw, man. It's going to be a long time till we see another 3,000 strikeout guy. But, it would have been dope to see that he would have had like 300 wins, because there's not too many on that list. But, what can you say, man? First ballot Hall of Famer for sure, bro. Kershaw, congratulations, my G. Hands down, sports approved. Man. So, like I was saying, there's not too many players that have at least 300 strikeouts in a season. Now, this list is exclusive, and some of these players have done it multiple times in their career. But in MLB history, 24 different pitchers have struck out 300 players or more in a single season. A total of 38 such seasons have occurred. Now, there's been 6 seasons where Randy Johnson and Nolan Ryan each achieved this milestone 6 times. Pitchers that have done it 3 times in a season is Sandy Koufax and Curt Schilling. Now, Pedro Martinez has done it twice in his Hall of Fame career. And then the pitchers that have done it once in their career, Clayton Kershaw just, added to that. Well, he's on the list. Is that it's Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, and Chris Sale. Now, only 20 pitchers in the history of MLB have achieved 3,000 or more career strikeouts, and that club is very exclusive. It's called the 3,000 Strikeout Club, and Clayton Kershaw has just been added to that list. So let's go to the list. Hall of Famer Randy Johnson. All right. Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Steve Carlton. There's a statue of him over there in Philly. I know, I've been there. I sat right there. I should have recorded myself rubbing his foot too. But anyways, Bert Blyleven. Never heard of him. Tom Seaver. I know he pitched for the Mets and some other teams. Don Sutton. Gaylord Perry. Walter Johnson. Justin Verlander. Max Scherzer. Greg Maddux. Phil Niekero, if I'm pronouncing that right. Ferguson Jenkins. Pedro Martinez. One of the greatest pitchers of all time. Bob Gibson. Curt Schilling. My mans. And the New York Yankees know this guy. CC Sabathia has over 3,000 career strikeouts. Then, of course, another great Atlanta Brave, John Smoltz, and now recently Clayton Kershaw. That's the list. Now, of course, ain't nobody catching up to Nolan Ryan. 5,714 strikeouts. He probably struck out everybody in the league 3 times. Every season. Now, yo, dogs, how do you strike out that many players? I don't know, dogs. El diablo loco. But, you know, I've seen Randy Johnson play. I seen Nolan Ryan pitch too, but that was when he was like at the end of his career. I remember that fight he had with what's that dude? I forget his name, but it doesn't matter. You know, of course, I watched Roger Clemens play. Let me see here. One of my favorite pitchers of all time, you know, Pedro Martinez. I mean, Justin Verlander is still playing right now, dogs. Max Scherzer, he's still playing right now. He's just racking up the dollars. That's what I know. Greg Maddux is, to me, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. I've seen him pitch. Let me see here. Kurt Schilling. We all know about the bloody sock. That's my guy, dogs. Out of all those guys right there, I think he had the most heart. That dude was out there. Yo, I only got 2 pitches, babe. See you later. Go sit down on the bench. My guy, CC Sabathia, my dude. Ever since he's been as a major league ball player, I was like, yo, CC Sabathia, dogs. I mean, I love how he wore his hat like to the side and shit. He's a little hood dude, you know what I'm saying? I seen John Smoltz play, you know what I mean? And of course, Clayton Kershaw. I mean, I think one of the sickest curveballs of all time, you know what I'm saying? So, 300 strikeouts in the season, very hard to come by. 3,000 strikeouts. You've seen the list right there, dogs. It's greatness, but you don't get to 3,000 strikeouts if you trash. If you alright, you know what I mean? You can't be mediocre with 3,000 strikeouts in your MLB career. Alright, babe, next year, dogs. Let's get to some NFL, tackle football, fantasy, running backs, baby. Alright, so, like I was saying, congratulations to Clayton Kershaw. Now, so far, hopefully I got this right. I've been looking for this information, but I've been messing up. So I think the starters for the All-Star game for the MLB on July 15th. So, of course, the LA Dodgers are stacked in the National League a little bit. The Cubs got some starters out there as well. So we'll start with the catcher position. Will Smith from the Dodgers. At first, Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers. Ketel Marte, my guy, Dominicano from Arizona Diamondbacks, is at second base. Francisco Lindor, my guy from the PR, New York Met, shortstop. And then we got my guy, Manny Machado from the 305, baby, out there from San Diego Padres at third base. The starting outfielders, Kyle Tucker for the Chicago Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong from the Chicago Cubs. I had to find out more about this guy because he's in the All-Star game and I don't even know who this guy is. So he must be really nice. And then rounding it off, which I don't think this is right, but Ronald Acuna Jr. is at right field. Yeah. He's played like a month. How do you make the All-Star game? I don't know, dog. You know what I mean? And of course, Shohei Ohtani, the great Shohei Ohtani, is DH. Then the starters for the American League, we got some surprising Detroit Tigers all over the field, even though they are the best team in the league right now. I think they're tied with the Dodgers' best record. And then, let me see here. And then we have some other players sprinkled from other teams in here. So we'll start from the catcher position. The guy that's probably leading in home runs, Kyle Riley. At first base, we got my guy, Dominicano, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. which I don't know how he started out first, but I didn't think he was doing that nice. But, it's all good. Then, I believe this guy was a Yankee before he was on Detroit, but second baseman Gleyber Torres, he's at second base starting. I mean, I hope I'm right. I don't know. I think I'm wrong, man. Jacob Wilson, shortstop for the Oakland Sacramento A's. He's over there. I think he's batting like 339, man. He's doing his thing. Now, rounding it off in the diamond, we got Jose Ramirez, my guy, the champ of all champs, at third base from the Cleveland Guardians. I don't know. I'm about to call them the Commanders. Anyways, now, left field, we have another Detroit Tiger, Riley Green. He's doing really good. And then at center field, the guy that's made it to the All-Star game and doing in 3 different positions, Javier Baez, my man's from the PR right there, killing it. And then the best player that I think is the best player in the whole entire major leagues right now, straight from the Bronx, New York Yankee right fielder Aaron Judge. Stand up, court is in session, my G. Oh, and then we have the DH from the Baltimore Orioles, Ryan O'Hearn. He's at DH starting. Now, I hope I'm right. I don't know, dog. I'm going to put this shit out, and I'm going to start looking into it again, and I'm like, I'm wrong. But, all the guys that made the All-Star game, because I didn't name pitchers, I didn't name reserves, none. Congratulations, guys. Make that little, you know what I'm saying? Have some fun out there. Hopefully, of course, your family's with y'all. The Home Run Derby is the day before. It's all good, man. The best thing in the world, man. Major League All-Star game. All right, so I talked about MLB. Now it's to the good stuff here. Now, this channel is not like a fantasy football channel. I do talk about it. You'll see me post some stuff on my things on FanDuel. I just did a couple of, best ball drafts on Underdog and stuff like that, which I recommend y'all do as well. They have different little buy-ins and stuff like that. It's official, son. Last year, I made it to the playoffs. I lost in that first round. I got my money back for, the league, which is okay. But, I want first place, my G. You know what I mean? And I can always recommend some of the YouTubers out there, fantasy football vloggers that are doing their thing, the ones that I would recommend. But, we'll leave that, for another day. I'm going to give you my top 15 running backs, dog, for the 2025 NFL tackle football fantasy football season. Now, I'm not going to go through stats. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just going to say it. You either like it or love it, my J. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think, because you would just be upset with me. I know it. You're going to be upset with me, dog. You're like, you don't know what you're talking about, Hans. But this is my list, my G. Number 1, from the Atlanta Falcons. Ya tú sabes, loco. Bijan Robinson, my number 1 running back this year. My number 2 running back from the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs. You know how nice he is. Don't worry about that other guy. You know what I mean? This guy, he does his thing. He's going to have big numbers. And now we're all going to be like, Hans, you're crazy. But not too crazy. From the Miami Dolphins, Davon Achane is my number 3. My number 4 is my guy that's also in Florida, in Tampa, for the Buccaneers. Bucky Irving is my number 4 running back for this season. Prepárate, loco. He's going to put up some numbers, dogs. Then, to round off the top 5, the guy from Philadelphia Eagles who got traded from my team over there because we didn't want to pay him no money and we didn't believe in him. And you see what he did last year, right? Saquon Barkley. Now, hopefully he doesn't get injured. There was a lot of wear and tear on his body last year, but he's the man. So he's my top 5. Boom. Now, number 6. This is where it gets a little, a little shaky for everybody. Like, what's going on, dogs? Hands down, sports. Go ahead. ¿Qué tú estás hablando, loco? Rookie running back from the Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty. And ten cuidado, because he's going to be picked as one of the top players in fantasy football in the first round. For sure. Then, after that, I got to give it to the king himself. Now he's playing for Baltimore, He still put up big numbers last year, even though he's a veteran. He's like the old man in this whole thing. But Derrick Henry, that's my next guy right there. Right? So that's 7. Boom. Number 8, we're going to go to California, dogs. LA Rams, Kyren Williams. Of course, you do want to, get the backup running back on his squad, fantasy football wise. But Kyren Williams, he's the man over there. My next, number 9, Chase Brown from the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I mean? PPR wise, dogs, this dude catches the ball, runs, scoring touchdowns, running the ball. They're todo loco. You see what he's doing? He's trying to get that paper, dogs. You got to think without with those guys, because they trying to make it happen, babe. And I like it. But in my dynasty league, somebody offered me Chase Brown, and I gave him my next pick, which is my top 10 running back of this season, Breece Hall from the New York Jets. I always say New Jersey because their stadium is in New Jersey. Our stadium is in New Jersey. We got to build it right next to the Yankees, man. Come on now. Anyways, Breece Hall, rounding off my top 10. Then after that, I don't know what to say, man. I just hope that this dude doesn't get hurt, man. That's awesome. Injuries, man. It happens all the time, every year to these guys. But Indianapolis Colts running back Jonathan Taylor is my next best fantasy football running back at number 11. Number 12, RJ Harvey, rookie running back for the Denver Broncos. The defense, top 3 this year. The quarterback, you know what he did last year. He's going to get better. Yeah, they don't have like superstar wide receivers, but this offense is going to run, and they're going to run through this guy, RJ Harvey. Who's back there, the other guys? We don't even know their names. Bums. No disrespect. You're way better than me, though, 100 million times better than me. All right, number 13. And you have to put this guy in because when he's healthy, he is one of the best fantasy football players and, just one of the best running backs in the league, straight up and down. From the San Francisco 49ers, Christian McCaffrey. I'm at number 12. You know what I mean? You let me know how you feel about that one, because I've been getting flack from my son. Like, Christian McCaffrey's way better. Yeah, but if he gets hurt, then there's a wrap. But it can happen to all these guys. It doesn't even matter. I shouldn't even talk about injuries. But last year, this next pick of mine had an amazing season with the Green Bay Packers, Josh Jacobs, and he's solid, dogs. If he's your second running back, like let's say in the first round you get like a Breece Hall, Kyren Williams, Derrick Henry guy, and then your second pick is Josh Jacobs, you're filling out that running back core right there. That's solid, babe. You know what I mean? He'll be a good, complimentary to your number one running back. Even though this guy is a number one right there too. And then my top 15, you're going to be like, yo, why? This guy hasn't even played, dog. We don't even know, son. This team is trash. the New England Patriots drafted Trayvon Henderson. And all I keep reading and watching is that this guy is not just a 3-down back. He catches the ball. He's fast. He got power. He's made for the NFL. Like, what took him so long to get here? Dogs. Just remember I said his name, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And then my bonus, because this guy's on my dynasty league, from the LA Chargers, my G, Omarion Hampton. I'm high on this guy. He was the guy that I chose with the second pick in the first round of my dynasty league draft this year. And I don't even have him like in best ball, because those are the only live drafts that I've done. I don't even have him, man, because he's gone, bro. By the time it comes around, I'm thinking like 3rd round, maybe 4th. He's gone, dogs. Just remember, this year, the running back is I don't see that many, being superstars. There has to be someone that you're going to be able to pick up. I mean, man, I'm not sure right now on the top of my head, but the guys that I'm mentioning right here, really my top 16, you know what I mean? I think if bare injury, they're going to produce big numbers. They're going to be focal points of their team when it comes to running the ball and getting the dump off. You heard it here, man. Hands Down Sports. That's my take this year, man. Top 15 running backs, bro. Ya tú sabes, loco. Hasta la próxima. Estamos aquí.